What's up, Tackle Warehouse fans? Jake here with this week's episode of What's New at TW. Hopefully everyone had a great holiday. We're getting towards the end of the year. We do have our clearance page sale going on right now, so there's some super hot deals going on. So head on over to the website, check out all the savings you can get if you got one of those TW gift cards burning a hole in your pocket. We got a couple new rods we're going to start off with. So from Spro, Spro's got a couple new rods, and the first one here is their RkCrawler rod, and then the McStick rod, so technique-specific rods. So they built a rod specifically throwing the RkCrawler series of crankbaits, and then the McStick rod specifically designed for throwing those McStick, the series of jerkbaits. Phenomenal rods. They're both made out of a super high modulus 40-ton Toray graphite carbon material, super lightweight, crazy sensitive on this McStick rod. It's got a really fast action at that soft tip, but it does have quite a bit of backbone, so you get a really good snap on those jerkbaits. Split grip design on that one, and then on the crawler rod, man, you got that nice, kind of moderate action, bends way down deep into the blank, which is exactly what you want for crankbaits, and then that nice full grip, which I personally really like for cranking. Two phenomenal series of rods if you're looking for something, specifically for those baits, or just, crankbaits and, jerkbaits in general. These are really cool rods. All right, next up, we got some new spinnerbaits from Greenfish. So Greenfish came out with these. This is the Bad Little Blade series of spinnerbaits. So these are designed by Brian New, and they're more of your finesse style of spinnerbait. And I'm a huge fan of everything that Greenfish makes. Everything's super high quality, and there's tons of attention to detail. One of those companies that's super underrated and kind of flies under the radar. So the frame on here is super light wire frame. So it's got tons of flex in it, which is going to be great for just maximizing the vibration of those blades on there. So there is two blade configurations, so you can get a Colorado Indiana or a double willow. Super, super compact, hand-tied skirts, nice keeper system on there, and then a light wire Gamakatsu hook. Premium hardware, nice ball bearing swivels. So if you need a spinnerbait for maybe those times when the fish are really keyed in on that small bait, or you're fishing in a little bit more clear water, high pressure situations, you might want to check one of these out. Super high quality, super compact spinnerbait from Greenfish Tackle. From Gambler, our buddy Val over at Gambler just came out with a Poppin' Frog. This new Gambler Poppin' Frog is awesome. So Gambler, they worked with all the pro staff, which is a bunch of big Florida guys. Probably their pro staff down there probably throws frogs more than most, and they kind of went through all the things that they like to do and how they customize their frogs and kind of rolled it into their own frog. So right out the gate on the bottom, they have a custom molded weight that actually fits inside that bend of the hook there. So what that does is it gets that weight out of the way, and then you get a lot of bite on that hook. Super strong, razor sharp hook. Those hook points sit right up there on the belly. Internally, it does have a rattle in it. It's got a rattle. Down here on the bottom where the hook comes out of the body, fully sealed, so you're not going to get any water intrusion. Nice cut mouth, it splashes, sprays, spits a ton of water. Down on the legs, they got really cool skirts with that added flash in there. Just another one of those like custom things that their pro staff was doing with other frogs that they've implemented into their frog itself. And all down the board, they've got some really cool colors in this frog. This one in particular, I'm super pumped about. Okie shad. I've never seen an okie shad frog before, so super pumped to try this one out. Bright chartreuse, and it got all that flake on the bottom. Really cool series of frogs. If you're looking for a poppin' frog, especially if you're down there in Florida, they're going to be fishing, frogs and all kinds of fun stuff here pretty shortly. From Livingston, tons of new baits. I believe we got 10, 12 different new baits from Livingston, and it's all in their tournament series. A bunch of the shapes and styles of crankbaits and hard baits that they already make, like the Walk and Boss 2, the Dream Master Classic Plus, but the new tournament series, they've kind of taken the guesswork out of the sounds for you. So some of the older baits, you would have to go in and change the sound setting for crawfish or shad. If you wanted to change the sound depending on the color you want. Now they've kind of done that for you. So if you get a craw color bait, it's going to make craw noise. If you get a shad color bait, it's going to make shad noise. Like I said, there's 10 or 12 new ones. So make sure you head on over there and check them all out. There's a couple new shapes like that Diablo crankbait, which is more of like a wart crawler style crankbait. Super cool. And then their jerk baits, we have them in the regular size and the junior. But everything now in the tournament series, the sound's already programmed for you, so you don't have to mess with it, which is super cool. From Netbait, couple additions to their Baitfuel lineup. So we got the Mag Finesse Worm and then the Mag T-Mac Worm. So it's about to be full-blown winter bite in most of the country. And, you know, dragging shaky heads and stuff along the bottom is going to be, you know, one of the better ways to get bit. Now with these Baitfuel infused soft plastics, it's got the scent already impregnated into the plastic, so you don't have to add any scent, and it's going to disperse that scent the whole time you're fishing it. And you know, in the wintertime, that scent is more critical, more critical this time of the year to trigger bites when the fish are just super stubborn and super hard to get to bite. So a couple new worms in, the Mag Finesse Worm and the Mag T-Mac Worm if you're looking for something to kind of slow down this winter, and then add that scent into your lineup. All right, from Angler Tungsten, new company of Tungsten. They've got everything from, you know, the Carolina rig weights, flipping weights, punching weights, drop shot weights, you know, worm weights, everything you would need. Really cool company. They make really high quality tungsten, polished through holes on there, so you're not going to have any burrs or anything, not going to fray up your line. And then all the black colors, they have that non-chip finish on there, so you can bang them into rocks and do whatever, and you don't have to worry about the paint falling off them. But really high quality tungsten at a great price. Like I said, they got every style of weight you would need. From Strike King, got a new swim bait head, the new tour grade RG swimmer head. So this is made to match up with the Rage Swimmer swim baits. And the way they molded this head, it's actually made to reflect a little bit better off the live sonar units. And then that lead that they poured down kind of below the shank of the hook helps keep your bait in a more horizontal posture. If you're running it for suspended fish, it's not going to run head down. So keep that horizontal posture, you know, match it up with your Rage Swimmers. You know, the swim bait is, you know, a phenomenal bait to get bit in the wintertime. And then everyone out there that's chasing live sonar fish, this is a great jig head to pair up with your swim baits. From Thunderhawk, the new Stupid Uncle tube. So new tube, what I like about this tube, it's already got a bunch of scent infused in the plastic, and it's super, super tough. So if you want to rig it on a jig head, if you want to flip it, do anything you want. They've got a bunch of really cool colors, some colors I haven't really seen in other tubes before. I wish I lived somewhere farther north and got to do a lot more tube fishing. It seems super, super fun with those big smallmouth, but if you're looking for a new tube, new one from Thunderhawk. Another one that's kind of made for you smallmouth anglers is the new Z-Man Gobius. Now talk about a high def, you know, super realistic Goby imitation. So from the fins and the eyeballs and the paint jobs, everything on here, super realistic, you know, made for those fisheries that are just loaded with gobies, and smallmouth usually feast on them. But not limited to those fisheries. In most fisheries, there's something on the bottom that kind of looks like this, and these kind of creep and crawl along the bottom, and then that hook is kind of hidden right there between those two fins. It's got a light wire hook, so I mean, phenomenal hookup ratio. And then it's made out of Z-Man's Elastec, so you're gonna be able to catch a ton of fish on these things, and they're not gonna get torn up. If you ever fished Elastec, you all know how many fish you can catch per bait on that Elastec material. So get you one of these, and it's gonna survive a lot of big smallmouth attacks. All right, from Rapala, we got their new Wrap Stack series of boxes. So we got a bunch of sizes, 3700s, 3700 deeps, 3600s, different configurations. This is a really cool series of box that Rapala came out with at ICAST. And one thing I like about it is the material that they used is definitely it's strong and it's more rigid. So, I mean, you can crank on these things, and you can tell when you open up the lids, just the material is a little bit more robust than some of the other ones on the market. One-handed opening latch, and then the Wrap Stack name of it, it's because they've kind of molded these little legs into the bottom, and then there's an area up here on the top. So they kind of stack on top of each other, and they don't slide around. So if you're in your garage or something, they stack super nicely. They sit perfectly flat like that if you're running them in your boat and you want to kind of stack them all up. And then the divider system. The dividers are already pre-cut, so you don't have to mess with it, which is one of the biggest pains out there, you know, getting all the dividers and cutting them all up and trying to get them just right. And then the dividers are also customizable as well. So there's a lot of options on the inside, so you're not limited to just a couple dividers. You can kind of measure them out and size them however you want. But really nice series of boxes from Rapala. Last up, the Turtle Box speaker. So we just brought in this Turtle Box speaker. This thing is super cool. If you got an old boat, or if you just want to have one of these for, you know, you can take it everywhere with you. Take it camping, take it to the lake, whatever you want. These things are super rock solid. And the first thing I noticed when we were checking these out is they're fully waterproof. Like, you can literally spray these with a hose and clean them off. So really nice, super, super loud. It does a bunch of cool stuff. It Bluetooth, it pairs to any device. And then you can actually pair 2 of these speakers together if you wanna play left and right, and you can just make everything a lot louder. On the back, it does have a USB out, so you can charge your devices with it. You can plug in a microphone to it. And I believe on a full charge, it gets over 20 hours of playtime. So not gonna die out on, just on a single day of using it. Take it out for the weekend, don't have to worry about it. Like I said, super rock solid construction. It's got tie down straps on there, so you can tie this thing to your ATV, quad, boat, whatever you want, and drive it around and absolutely abuse these things. They got the rubber feet on the bottom and on this, the back side as well. So you can lay it however you want and they don't slide around. Really cool outdoor speaker if you're looking for something to keep you entertained when you're out there on them, out in the woods, out in the water, whatever you want. All right, that's going to wrap up today's episode of What's New at Tackle Warehouse. For more information or to purchase any of these products seen here today, click shop or link in the description below. If you enjoyed this week's video, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and let us know in the comments which one of these products you're most pumped about.